What's up, everyone? So today we're going to be doing a game that Brian and I created called Pivot Passing. We're going to modify it a little bit. We thought we had a little more people than we do, but that's okay. So the way the game is going to work, we're going to have one person with the ball here. We're going to have a defender right here, which we'll get to. The main objective of this game is to work on your pivot foot in basketball. So with this pivot foot, what you want to do, move around, and you want to find the open pass. So I'm going to have Ryan demonstrate this so you can have an idea of how the game works.
Could I have one volunteer, please? All right, Pat, thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
So stay right around this area right here, all right? So my left foot will be my pivot foot. All right, so my left foot is going to be like, I stepped in gum. I can't pick it up at all. All right, so I can only move my right foot around. All right, Dan is going to be guarding me. All right, so I'm going to try and get the ball path, all right, whichever way he's going to be cutting. All right, Dan's not going to have eyes in the back of his head. All right, so a couple of things that you could do to maybe get the defender kind of off your back a little bit. Maybe do something like a pump fake. If you guys notice, Patrick's standing over there. All right, so I can kind of go over here. I leave Dan to go over there. All right, and then I could throw a bounce past the pack. All right. Now, there are three different types of passes in basketball. All right, an overhead pass. All right, chest pass, and a bounce pass. Which one would you guys think would not work in this situation with Dan guarding me as he is?
Chest pass.
Chest pass. All right, because it'll probably just hit off of Dan. All right, he'll probably end up getting possession of the ball and turn the ball over. Right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move my right foot around. Dan is guarding me. All right, I'm going to try and get Pat open. All right, so Pat cuts over here. All right, I'm going to step. Follow through. All right, when you deliver a bounce pass, all right, you want to get it in about 2 to 3 feet in front of him. All right, he wants to receive the ball in chest area. All right, when I do maybe an overhead pass, all right, I still want to lead him, all right, because in a real game, he's going to be guarded as well. All right, so let's get into two groups of. Oh, we have that.
I'll add that other one in. Real quick, too. Like Ryan said, when you do that pump fake here, when you get the defender jumping this way, you want to then use that pivot back here to get that open pass. All right, so we're going to put that other group back out. If we could get groups of 3 on the cone set up like we were. And you can put a group in the middle. I'm going to add another stage.
Yeah, so there could be a group right here, group of 3 right here, group of 3 right here, and then a group of 3 right here. All right, let's get a defender on the cones. All right, trying to get this person out of the way. All right, let's get someone receiving the ball over here. All right, the objective of this game, all right, you get 3 attempts. 3 attempts to complete a pass. All right, so at the end of, after it's all said and done, all right, remember, if you have 3 completed passes, that's your number. If you have 2, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. All right?
Did you miss that?
All right, so after that happens, all right, defender goes pass the ball. All right. If you were on offense passing the ball, you're going to be the receiver. Receiver come play defense. All right. Here we go. All right. Pick a pivot foot on your marks. Get set. All right. Don't dribble. You don't want to dribble.
Good. We're going to go 3 passes each.
3 passes.
Each successful pass count as a point for yourself. Good.
Very good. Make sure that foot is stepped in gum. Good. All right. Can't move that foot that's stepped in gum. All right. Maybe use something like a pump fake. All right. Get that defender off of you.
So keep that foot glued to the ground. Heel up a little bit. Good job.
All right.
Good. Step around with that foot. Keep a pivot foot. Good job.
All right,
Good
good job.
Good.
All right. There we go.
And when
You use a bounce pass, overhead pass. There we go.
Good. Foot glued to the ground. Good job. That's very nice.
Awesome
Good.
job.
Step
Awesome
out.
job.
Good. Here we go. Very good work. Good. Good. Nice pivot. Look for the open pass. Great job.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, so far it's going well. So utilization level is teaching games, so this is lower end of what will be a game, but I think that there's going to be a follow-up task. But so far it's a combination of the pivot and pass, and also for them to find somebody that gets open. So in this case it will be obviously basketball, but the isolation in this case is pivoting with passing. They have three different passes, so they have to decide in a case like this, what's the pass that applies the best. So this will be something to be applied in a game modified game setting.
Good, Sarah, good job. Very nice.
They've been repeating the cues.
Once everybody goes twice, you can hold that ball and freeze so we know you're done.
The informing was very clear, the demonstration was very clear, they look very presentable, professionally speaking. Everybody's on task. I believe that the activity is developmentally appropriate. So far, so good.
Excellent job. Work that pivot foot to get yourself an open pass.
Good. Step up here.
So one thing we're going to add.
The objective is for him to be able
Up a little bit.
to get around.
Down.
It's a little easy without a
Good. There you go.
Very good.
Perfect. Nice job.
And when you're throwing an overhead pass, you want to get enough there that the defender can't smack it out of you. All right?
Everyone go twice.
We all get it? All right. Let's get everybody down to the baseline real quick. All right, all on a straight line, all kind of shoulder to shoulder. All right, everyone over there, let's go. On the baseline. All right. You get one. One of us left.
Oh, we got another.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect time, Jordan. Jump in there.
Jump on in there. All right, so the next game, all right, can I have your attention? All right, the next game we're going to call ultimate basketball. All right, so the reason it's like that is because when you get the ball, like in ultimate frisbee or anything like that, all right, you can't move once you get the ball. If you don't have the ball, all right, you can kind of move and get open. All right, the objective is we just worked on our pivot foot. All right, now what we want to do is kind of get that in a more modified game-like situation. All right, so the objective is, all right, to use that to get 3 passes to your teammates. All right, you cannot shoot the ball, all right, unless you pass to 3 different teammates. All right, so for example, if me and Dan are on the same team, I pass to him, and he passes back to me. All right, that only counts as 1 pass. 3 different members of your team, all right, must touch the ball to be eligible to shoot. All right, I'll be keeping track of that. Once that happens, I'll yell something like buckets. And then, you'll be ready to shoot. All right. Another clear objective is, all right, we don't want to, just shoot the ball when you can shoot. All right. We want to also be able to take open shots when, you want to be open so you can take shots. All right. Just don't shoot to shoot.
Focus on using that pivot foot to create an open shot for yourself. After the 3 members touch the ball, you don't have to shoot. You can continue passing, but it does become a game where you can shoot. There's no dribbling at all in this activity.
All right, so we decided to do it in a half-court situation. All right, so anybody who's played like just a half-court game, all right, to get the ball in, you have to check it to whoever's defending you. All right, and then that's kind of how it starts. All right, then this person can't move. All right, they got to use their pivot foot to find someone open. All right, guys that don't have the ball at that moment, all right, move around, try and get open. All right, try and be in the line of sight of the person that has the ball so you can give a good pass. All right, the reason we're doing the 3 passes to 3 different people rule, we want everyone to get involved, we want everyone to practice. All right, we want everybody getting better. All right, just don't want, between a couple of people who just kind of take over the game. All right, Dan's going to demonstrate, kind of give you more of a live situation of how this game is going to be played.
So everything we just used before, we're going to use a pivot to find an open person, create open looks. I'm going to have Ryan right here. Another thing we want to use with our pivot foot is when you have a defender, after 3 people touch the ball and we get those passes, you can also use your pivot foot for shooting. So I can pivot here, come back this way, and create an open shot, and hopefully it goes in, like that. But yeah, so the pivot shoot is for shooting as well, just anything to create an open look or an open pass.
When you're playing defense on the guy that has the ball or the person that has the ball, all right, we want to say maybe just a couple feet away. We're still getting used to it. Maybe like the 2 foot, min to max, like that kind of area, maybe 1.5 feet. If it ends up getting easy, we end up getting better. We can tighten it a little bit. All right, so maybe it could be a little bit tougher. All right, but for now we want to do that. All right, same rules as basketball, so you can't dribble. That was
Okay,
one
right
thing you
now
might notice.
the talking has been a little bit extended.
If you dribble, like, it's going to count as
Could
an
talk a
offensive
little bit
violation,
less for this
it's gonna be a
activity.
turnover. All right, after that, all right, any
And
sort of violation or
my
foul
prediction is that
basketball,
all of
offensively,
them
it's gonna be a turnover
are going to be
defensively. All right, if you have
now
3
participating in the
passes,
game.
all right,
I'm
then
not
the
sure
offense is
why,
only gonna need 2. It's just gonna count as
because
a pass,
they
all
have
right?
all
Guys,
this
if you
room
have opinions, let's throw
to
those on. You
use
guys are a team.
just to
All right, guys,
make the
without, you
teams
guys are also
smaller
a
so
team.
they
All right?
increase the activity time.
Start outside of the 3-point line. If you don't have a penny on, you're playing defense.
All right, Kenny's get the ball first.
See, there's a lot of people here. So when it comes to the activity per se, what they're not doing is they have the skill isolated, but now the activity time hurt, meaning that the wait time is going to be high.
All right, here we go.
That's 1 pass.
1 pass.
Good. 2. 3.
That's 3.
Ball. Keep passing. Good.
All right. Now you can throw it up there. All right, now it's reset. All right, 1
pass.
2.
3. Use
3.
that
Ball's
pivot
in.
foot. Good. Nice pivot. Good job.
All right.
Good.
All right,
Check
you
it
set
back
the
at
ball
the
at the
top.
top.
Ball.
Kenny's ball up top.
We're going to go first team to 3 wins. First to 3.
At least they're guiding them with the cue.
All right, don't just stand around. All right, come to the ball. Make sure someone sees you. All right, nice job, nice job.
And that's 3. Good job.
All right.
Good. You can check it back up at the top.
Here we go, here we go.
A team of 5 against 5, pretty much.
That foot through to the
That should
ground.
be the limit amount, but again, they have the space. So I can be flexible with that, just giving them the feedback.
Kenny's ball.
But yeah, it would have been better to use the entire space
1, 2,
to minimize the wait time. But they're moving, they're looking for it. They have a certain amount of passes, so that works.
All right, live,
And they're constantly asking them general feedback. 3 more minutes, guys.
Okay. Good. First shot with that.
Sarah, you got it.
This utilization should be dynamic, so the dynamic part of the game is not necessarily there, which would have been increased if the groups were split a little bit more.
All right, that's still
That's 3.
live.
Good.
Live.
Good, good,
Keep
good.
moving around. Get open for it. Keep moving around. There we go.
Good. Very nice
There
job.
we go. All right, Kenny's ball up top.
Take it at the top. You got
In
about
terms of
1
the
minute left.
organization
Let's see
and
if
the
we
carrying
get
on
the board.
the lesson is pretty good.
Good, Lou. Get open. Get open. Good job. Good. That's 2. 3. Good.
Slide,
3.
slide.
5 ball.
Out. Turnover.
Last 30 seconds. Last
Here we go.
30 seconds.
Score.
2.
All right, get open.
3. Good. Good job. Very nice. Good. Penny's taking it at the top. Last possession. Last
Here we go.
possession.
For the time, let's go.
Let's see everyone focus on using that
All right,
pivot
that's
foot.
1.
And
Oh.
relax. Good.
All right, let's bring it up over here.
Circle up, guys. Circle up. Very good work.
All right, guys, nice job today. All right. What were some cues that we had today, like we discussed, all right, to help us become more efficient with our pivot foot?
Pump fake.
All right. That could help. Yeah, that helps. Foot is stuck in gum. All right. If you pick that foot up, an actual basketball would be a turnover. All right. You have to make sure that foot is staying in the ground. It's like you're stuck in gum. Anything else? No. All right.
If you want to be on that toe,
right.
pull up. Makes it a little easier to move.
What are some other important things that you could be doing while pivoting? We heard pump faking that can help make yourself more efficient. Anything else? No. All right. What are some other things that you could do to help yourself while being defended? Yeah.
Looking at different places with your eyes.
Yep. That could also, what that does is it makes the defender think you're looking in that area. All right, a lot of times, like you see really good passes, all right, they could be looking the other way, but have kind of knowing that who you want to get the ball to is not in that area. Anything else?
Different pass types.
Different pass types, or there's 3, all right? Overhead pass, chest pass, and bounce pass. All right, which one of those were more efficient while in the pivot setting? Bounce pass is probably the most efficient. What was the other one? So a lot of you guys do it, the overhead pass.
Very good.
All right? As someone, like when we were playing the game, you didn't have the ball, what was the most important thing for you to do? Get open, cut. All right, we want to get open, cut, make the person who has possession of the ball see you. All right, and then finally, we already talked about that one. All right, guys, great job today. All right, great job. I think we got a lot better, from start to finish. I hope you guys learned something today, that you didn't know before. You have anything to add, Dan?
I think that's it. Good
All
work
right,
today, everyone.
great job, everyone.